Hello, I'm Dr. Gary Mendoza, and I've produced this short video today really to tell you a little bit about the Applied Nutrition and Supplementation course, which I'm going to be delivering in Glasgow in about 4 weeks' time on the 28th of June. I thought I'd just tell you a little bit about the background of the course and how it really came about. And it's interesting because it came about really through my background as a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer qualified for 20 years, and one of the things I found working as a personal trainer or gym manager was all my clients wanted to know about nutrition. Now, for the first certainly 5 or 6 years, I think, I was definitely blagging it a bit. Whenever I'd read something in a magazine or possibly in the paper or hear something on the television, I'd then pass that on to my clients. And so after a while, I kind of figured possibly I need to find out a little bit more about this subject. And so I looked around for where I could get nutrition training, and all that was really available was either short courses or a degree. So I decided to do a degree, so I completed a degree in applied human nutrition. Having completed that, I then worked for a training company for a number of years, and whilst working for the training company, I actually did my PhD. My PhD is in men's weight management. And the interesting thing about that PhD from a personal trainer's perspective is I use personal trainers who are currently working in the field to try and find out what really works with clients when you're working on a one-to-one basis. What type of advice should you be giving? What type of information? Following on from my PhD, I then went to New Zealand and I lectured at Massey University for a couple of years in nutrition for sport and exercise. And whilst out there, I qualified with Sports Dietitians Australia as a sports nutritionist. I've worked with a number of elite athletes, from swimmers, netball players, right through to working with Notts Forest as their academy nutritionist for a year. And I've worked with a number of other Commonwealth Games athletes and elite level athletes. So I've got quite a broad experience in sports nutrition, as well as working with Joe Blogs on the street, the kind of weekend warrior. So quite a broad spectrum. The Applied Nutrition and Supplementation course I then wrote because I felt that this would be a good way to train personal trainers and give them a new skill set, possibly another USP on their kind of CV. And so I went about developing the Applied Nutrition and Supplementation course. It's a level 4 course. I kind of expect people to come on the course with a degree of nutrition knowledge, although I have to say that when I teach this course, I normally work from an assumption of no nutrition knowledge, and then we can start building up some sound foundations. The course itself is a 3-day course, covers a broad range of topics, starting off with physiology and nutrient interactions and how these change with the intensity, the time of exercise, things like this. I also go into some detail about the micronutrients and their role that they play in metabolism. The course is supported by a comprehensive manual. It's got over 500 peer-reviewed references. It took me over 9 months to write it. And when you get the manual, it's actually provided in a ring binder. And the reason for that is I want to keep it updated. So as sports nutrition moves on, and it moves very quickly, I will send out updates to this manual. So as you're always kind of keeping on top of what is the latest scientific knowledge. Once we've kind of covered all the basics from the macronutrient and micronutrient standpoint, we then start to look at how you would actually analyse a diet. And one of the skills you're going to come away from this course with is the ability to analyse your clients' diets using the latest software. You'll have access to that software for a year after the course as well. So there's a tool that you're going to be taking away straight away that's got some residual value. As well as doing the dietary analysis, you need to be able to do the activity analysis as well, because obviously energy in, energy out, you need to understand both. And having analysed both, we can then look at how would you design the perfect diet for your client, the ideal diet. Now that might be the elite athlete, it could be the client you only see a couple of times a week, but they want some dietary advice. This course is going to give you those skills. Having completed that, you're then going to go on and we'll start to look at supplementation, ergogenic aids, considering meal timing, what you should eat, when you should eat, how much of it you should eat. So by the end of the 3 days, you're going to have quite a comprehensive skill set. As well as the 3-day course, I will also be delivering the 1-day behavioural change course on the 1st of July. This marries in very well with the previous course because they're 2 skill sets, and the behaviour change course will give you the skills you need excuse me, to understand your client's stage of change and assess whether they're actually ready to make the type of changes you're going to suggest. The course itself, as I say, it's a 3-day talk course, and then there's some online learning you need to do to complete the course. There is an assessment on the course. It is assessed. You get 16 reps points for this, so it's a valuable course in terms of your continuing professional development. I only ever have a maximum of 10 students on the course, and the reason for this is I need time to interact with the individual students. Everybody's got different learning styles, and so by having small numbers, it gives me time to kind of look at individuals, work with individuals. People have always got questions they want to know that are maybe a little bit outside the syllabus, and that's fine. We can cover those with this smaller number. So the courses do tend to fill quite quickly because of the small numbers, so I certainly would advise booking early if you do want to come along. As I say, the course itself will be held at North Glasgow College on the 28th of June, and you can book that through a number of routes. Certainly if you want to find out a little bit more about the course and what we're going to cover on it, go to my website, which is at www.nutritionforsportandweightloss, all one word that, .co.uk. Following from there are links. If you want to book, you can book online, or you can go to ftscotland, all one word again, .org, and there's information about the course there. If you're working in Scotland as a trainer, you may actually qualify for a grant towards your training, so you can certainly find out some details about that on that particular website. If there's anything else you want to ask me, then either contact me via my website, or you can send me a tweet if you follow me on Twitter, and you can follow me on Twitter at Dr. Gary Mend, and that's DrGaryMend. I look forward to hearing from you, hearing your questions, and hopefully I'm going to see a number of you on the course on the 28th of June. And as I say, get in there, book now. We are only taking small numbers, and I hopefully see you in a few weeks. All the best, and see you soon.